I ain't know it was gonna go that long. It's all good. How many of us have them? Hey, we had to cut it. Who did it? Y'all was going too long. My name is Mecal. This is MecalsMilestones, and this is my brother Marcus.
What up, bro?
And listen, today's topic is going to be: can a father impact a child's decision on choosing their friends? Hey, me personally, I'm going to bring out the stats first. I just got to say it. Children with close fathers in their lives are twice likely to go to college, 80% less likely to go to jail,
okay,
and half as likely to be depressed for the rest of their lives. I don't know. I mean, what do you think about this situation?
I mean, I think that those stats speak highly on fathers, and how important we are. So if you're asking, hey, how can we help guide them into making the right, decision and who they should hang with, right?
Right.
I think one of the biggest things for us as fathers is we should definitely make sure that we're feeding our children those right characteristics, right? Loyalty. Having a friend, you got to be loyal, right?
To be.
You got to make sure that, hey, listen, if there's something that they may need or they're lacking in something, that you can be there to help them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would say things like accountability. Hey, listen, your friend may need to, let's say y'all go to school together every day. Your friend is running a little late, or you're running a little late behind all the time. Hey, listen, your friend get tired of coming knocking on the door, trying to hurry you up, trying to get you. You should be able to get your butt up, get dressed, get out the house, meet your friend at the steps. Y'all keep it moving, right? So those are different things. Like when you teach your kid these different characteristics, I think that life characteristics that will help them in regards to where they go and who they meet and how good of a friend they are.
Right. Man, times have changed.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. They ain't got the same friends that we had.
No.
We had friends like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, we did. And as far as a father's perspective, I would say you can show them by example, by the friends that you choose.
True.
I ain't gonna lie. I had some messed up friends, but I did have some decent ones. I ain't gonna lie, but I had some friends that I wouldn't want my kids to follow. But I will say that they will, imitate what they see.
Sure.
I think if you set a firm, healthy boundary, maybe they will understand that too. But unfortunately, times have really changed. I ain't gonna lie. Times have changed.
Yeah. I think that when you get into the aspect, first of all, your kid's solo dolo, right? And you send them to school and you're hoping, man, listen, I just hope he or she, they're in there. Hopefully they're meeting some people, right? With like minds.
Like minds.
You want your kid to meet some folks who are, kind of, if your child's well behaved, you want them to be around some well behaved folks.
Man.
Now, I'm not gonna lie. If your kid is that one that start trouble, they're gonna be around folks that start trouble.
Yeah.
Right. But honestly, that's kind of how when you're as a parent, as a father, you're looking at your kids and they're going to school, and you actually get a little excited when they actually say, hey, mom, hey, dad, this is, Samantha, this is Keisha, this is Melissa, this is Melanie. You're meeting their friends. Now, guess what? As a parent, what do we always do? I know we always said, well, I got to meet their parents.
Right.
I need to know where they coming from.
Right.
What kind of attachment they have. Right. So I think those things go in line. As a parent, you don't just let your kid just go off and go to anybody's house and you don't know what's going on over there. And you're starting to set some boundaries, some non-boundaries for your kid to where they can just start doing anything they want to do.
They do.
And that friend over there, they may have less rules that you have at your house.
Yeah.
So that's why it's important that you have conversations with those friends' parents. So I think that's a big thing.
It is. I was terrible as a child. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to spend a night at my friends' houses that had sisters. I mean, I was horrible. I was a horrible friend. I would suggest anybody that was friends with me when you were younger, don't be my friend.
There you go.
And I don't want no, but honestly, no, let me stop. I would say this. When it comes to friendship, overall, common interests will take over. And no matter how much you try to influence them, that's going to always take precedent. And I hate to say that, but as you said earlier, you got to learn how to say what?
No.
You got to learn how to say no.
Yeah, you got to make sure that when you're teaching your children the foundations and the basics and the fundamentals, you're making sure that they understand, hey, listen, I can be cool with anybody out here. I can go do this, go do that. But the moment something crosses, the moment I feel like something ain't right, you got to get your boys in the hood, Trey, Cuba Gooden, Trey self, inner self up out of you. And you got to say, hey, doughboy, let me out the car.
Let me out the car.
Let me out the car.
And they stopped and let him out the car.
Because at the end of the day, when I'm seeing too many times where kids are just following others.
Yep.
Others are getting in trouble. Your kids getting in trouble. And now you looking like, well, that was Tay and them, or that was Terry and them, or that was Terrence and them, and all the whoever else. No, your kid gotta say no.
Got to.
And say no in such a way, and they ain't gotta be rude about it. Just like, nah, man, I ain't gonna do that. Or no, we ain't gonna, I can't be a part of that. Or no, let's not do that. Maybe suggest something else, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of that's what they have to do. And if they can't do that by themselves, that's where they can run into trouble. So I think that's one of the biggest things for me as a father is when I'm talking to my kids about whoever they're going to be with. Because truth of the matter is, they got to make their own decisions.
They do.
You mentioned before, you had friends that would come over and they was really respectful and polite.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
you step out on the streets and then...
Killers. They'd be like to mama, yes, ma'am. Oh, we'll be home by 9.
Mm-hmm.
I go to church every Sunday and Wednesdays. But when we left that house, they was like, can you roll up? I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's hard, but we can influence it. And it's all by example. I mean, I can't front. If you're treating people right and your children see you treating people right and you're showing firm boundaries on how you treat people, they will pick up on it. Yeah. And, I mean, we have to.
Yeah, when they see camaraderie, when they hear y'all laughing, sports, things like that, like they see all of this gathering, right? They understand how it works. And then like we talk, you put them in places, put them in church. Let them be around. I ain't saying everybody, all the kids in church ain't good, but it's a good place to be.
It is.
You know, there's some small groups out here, reading groups and all types of sports groups and whoever else. Yeah. Put them bowling groups. It don't matter.
That's it.
Put them around some other folks and
sports,
just some atmospheres like and stuff like that. You know, put them around some people.
Yeah.
But you get to guide that.
Yes. You
get to guide like that part of it. Now they've got their school folks and that's cool. But you get to guide that, and then here's the other part too. In the beginning, especially, like I'm going to monitor what you're doing because I think nowadays a lot of kids are playing these games, these video games, and they get these headsets and they just be going in. They be talking like they grown, like they say
they be cussing too,
cussing up a storm. I'm gonna have to monitor who my kid is talking to when they're playing the game. How many parents is out there monitoring your child when they're playing the game and who they're on with?
It's hard.
If they're on there with other kids, listen, you gotta stand firm on what you believe in. These kids out there, if they're doing it over there, guess what? When they all get together later on, when they get older, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah, it is.
At some point, you're gonna have to let your child know, hey, I teach you better than that.
Right.
Don't let me walk in on that.
Yeah.
And don't let me let another parent tell me that, like you saying something like
right, like that.
And a lot of times, and I won't stay on that too long, but I think it's funny because then a child will slip up and curse, maybe in school or something like that, and then they'll go, "Oh, I just made a mistake." No, actually, you've been cussing because you're cussing so much. That's why it slipped. It's not that you just don't cuss at all and now it slipped out. No, you've been cussing.
You've been there.
So that's my thing is those are the things that, you know, when you're looking at these friends and these friendships and things like that, I think as a father, the voice, right? You give them the guidance and the voice. It's not going to stop every mistake.
It's not.
But at least they can hear the voice before they make any decision.
Yeah, and it's getting lesser by the day because times have changed.
Absolutely.
I mean, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. That's why we're here, because let me tell you something. Being a father right now is one of the toughest roles that you can partake in. I mean, it is. Like, subscribe, and comment. Listen, guys, what we talking about is real talk. This is real stuff. You know, we want to bring this information to you, but not because we don't know any better, or not because we haven't been through it, or not because anything else you're talking about, but because we're still learning. And believe it or not, that's why we want you to comment, because we may not know a lot that, you know, I mean, you may know more than us.
Yeah, give us some examples.
Yeah.
In your comments, give us some things you've been through.
Yeah.
Some situations you've been in and how you fixed it and how you helped your child or you didn't help your child.
Yeah, because that's what we're here for.
Because we need to know what works and what don't.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm going to say this. I'm going to go a step further, because my older children have, oh my God, they have excelled. I'm envious and I'm jealous of the friendships that they have, because as children, we moved a lot. We weren't able to have the friendships for years and years and years. Now, don't get me wrong. I haven't. I can't speak for my brother, but my kids have friends that they've been friends with for 15, 20 years. I never had that. That's why this is so important to me. This discussion is so important to me, because a good friend is a relationship. It's a lifetime commitment, and it's something that I never had. So I'm going to always praise that. Finding a good friend that's got your best interest in heart and in mind is one of the greatest gifts you can ever have. And I can't influence, you know, we can't influence everything. We can try our best. But you know, that's why we're here. So this is Mecal's Milestones. I ain't gonna lie, I came out of character on this one. You got anything else to say?
No, we're good to go.
Hey man, until the next time, be great.
Let's be great together.
That's
Peace.
it, man. Love y'all.